ตัวละคร พฤติกรรม สถานที่ หน่วยงาน วิชาชีพ และเหตุการณ์ต่างๆในซีรีส์เรื่องนี้เป็นเรื่องสมมุติที่สร้างขึ้นเพื่อความบันเทิงเท่านั้น โดยมิได้มีเจตนาชี้นำหรือส่งเสริมการกระทำใดๆที่เกิดขึ้นในเรื่อง โปรดใช้วิจารณญาณในการรับชม
แต่ภายในก็ยังเหมือนเดิมพี่น้องแต่ที่ทำเมื่อคืนเนี่ยไม่ใช่พี่น้องแล้วนะคำว่าพี่น้องไม่หมดเลยตั้งแต่ปากพี่ประกบกับปากแพลวแล้วพี่มินหยุดลังเลได้แล้วมายืนฝั่งเดียวกับแพลวนะอย่าเร่งรัดได้ไหมล่ะ
Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel Rocks Entertainment. Today we are review Girls Rule episode 5. And episode 5 began with a tense and emotional atmosphere. Continuing from the previous episode, unresolved feeling and hidden tension between the characters. The story focused deeply on relationship, unspoken emotion, and the consequence of breaking the rules. The episode opened eerily in the morning. The camera slowly pans across the quiet campus, symbolizing a calm before the storm. Our main character Nena is sitting alone on a bench, lost in her thoughts. Her face shows clear sign of emotional conflict. She keeps replaying the moment from the previous episode, when her feeling almost crossed the line she had promised never to cross. The girls' rule clearly states no falling in love, but now that rule feels harder to follow than ever. Nina tried to convince herself that everything is under control. She repeats in her mind, "It's just a phase, I am not in love." But her actions say otherwise. She checked her phone repeatedly, hoping for a message, but nothing's come. The silence hurt more than words. Meanwhile, Artet is shown in a completely different mood. He is with his friend, acting normal, even joking around, but deep inside, something is clearly bothering him. His friend noticed and asked, "You have been acting strange, did something happen?" Artet brushed it off, but the audience can tell he is also struggling with his feeling for Nena. We are shown in flashback of the previous episode where Nena and Artet shared a quiet, intense moment. Their eyes meet, their words stop, and for a brief second everything felt real. But Nena pulled away. That moment became the emotional core of the episode. At school, Nena tried her best to avoid Artet. She changed her usual routine, avoid places he might be, and even ignore messages from mutual friend. This avoidance creates tensions not just for her but for everyone around them. Nina's best friend starts to notice something is wrong. She asks, "Are you avoiding him or yourself?" This line hit hard. Nena doesn't answer, but her silence says everything. On the other side, Arthur starts getting frustrated. He tries to approach Nena, but she keeps walking away. He tries to talk, but she gives a short answer. Finally, he says, "If I did something wrong, just tell me." But Nena replies coolly, "There's nothing to talk about." This moment creates emotional distance between them. The girls' rules are brought to off again in a group conversation. Someone jokingly says, "Breaking the rule always leads to disaster." Everyone laughs, but Nina doesn't. She looks uncomfortable, almost guilty. Suddenly, the weather changed. Rain began fall, symbolizing emotional chaos. Nina gets caught in the rain, standing still, not moving. Arthur sees her from a distance. For a moment, he hesitated, then walked toward her. This is one of the most powerful scenes in the episode. Arthur stands in front of Nina, both soaked in rain. He says, "Why are you running away?" Nina tries to leave, but she stops her. "At least tell me the truth." She finally snaps, "Because I don't want to break the rule." This is the first time she openly admits it. Arthur looks confused. Rules are failing. Nena stays silent. This silence becomes the answer. Arthur steps closer and says softly, "You're not afraid of the rule. You are afraid of what you feel." This line hit deeply. Nena's eyes filled with a tear, but she still refused to admit it. Just when I feel like Nena might finally confess, she turns away and says, "Let's just pretend nothing happened." She walked away, leaving Arthur standing alone in the rain. The camera slowly zoomed out. The episode part ends with the unresolved emotion, broken communications, growing tension, and one big question. Can Nena really ignore her feeling? Nena struggles with her feeling and tries to follow the girl rule. Arthur is confused and hurt by her behavior. Both characters avoid each other but clearly care. Emotional rain scenes reveal the truth indirectly, in with a painfully emotional stance. In episode 5 of Girl Rule is one of the most emotional, intense, and character-driven episodes so far. It focuses on inner conflict, unspoken love, and the consequence of trying to control feelings that refuse to be controlled. The episode beautifully highlights the emotional struggle between following rules and following the heart. The episode begins with a calm but emotionally heavy atmosphere. The campus looks peaceful, but the characters are from it. Nena, our main female lead, is shown sitting alone, clearly lost in her thoughts. Her expression reflects confusion, fear, and emotional pressure. She keeps thinking about what happened earlier, this moment when she almost let her feeling of her Arthur become real. For Nena, this is not just about liking someone, it's about breaking the rule she has strongly believed in. The girl's rule, especially the most important one, not falling in love, have always been her guide, but now those same rules feel like a burden. Throughout the episode, Nena's inner conflict is the central focus. She keeps trying to convince herself that what she feels is temporary and meaningless. She repeats in her mind that she is strong enough to ignore it. However, her actions reveal the truth. She constantly checks her phone, hoping to see a message from Arthur. She gets distracted easily, loses focus in class, and isolates herself from her mind. Her usual confident personality began to crack. This shows that love is not something she can simply control. On the other hand, Arthur is dealing with his own emotional struggle. Unlike Nena, he doesn't openly admit his feeling either. But it's clear that he is affected by her sudden change in behavior. He tries to act normal around his friend, laughing and joking, but there is a noticeable emptiness in his expression. His friends quickly sense that something is wrong. When they ask him, he avoids giving a direct answer, assuming that they himself is confused. He doesn't understand why Nina is pushing him away, especially after the emotional moment they shared earlier. As the episode progresses, Nina actually starts avoiding Arthur. She changes her schedule, avoids common places, and even limits conversation with the mutual friend. Whenever Arthur tries to approach her, she gives short and could respond. This creates a clear emotional distance between them. This avoidance hurt Arthur more than anything else. For him, the silence is more painful than rejection. The side character play an important role in this episode by highlighting the main conflict. Nina's best friend starts noticing her unusual behavior. She confronts Nina and asks her directly what's going on. Nina tries to deny everything, but her friend is not convinced. One powerful moment comes when her friend says, "You are not avoiding him, you are avoiding your own feeling." This line captures Nina's entire situation perfectly. The concept of girl rules is emphasized again in this episode. During a group conversation, the rules are mentioned in a light, joking manner. However, for Nina, it's not a joke. She takes these rules seriously because they represent control, safety, and emotional protection to her. Falling in love means losing control and risking pain. This belief becomes the main reason she keeps pushing Artet away. Artet, unable to handle the confusion anymore, finally decides to confront Nina. He approaches her and asks directly, "Did I do something wrong?" But Nina avoids giving a clear answer. She says, "There is nothing to talk about." This response frustrates Artet even more because he knows that something is wrong, but Nina refuses to admit it. As the episode continues, the tension between Nina and Arthit keep growing. Their conversations become shorter, their eyes contact become heavier, and their silence become louder. The audience can clearly feel that both characters have feeling for each other, but neither is ready to accept it. One of the most important and symbolic moments in this episode is the rain scene. Rain began to fall suddenly, representing emotional chaos and inner turmoil. Nina is caged in the rain, standing still as if she is lost in her thoughts and unable to move forward. Arthur sees her from a distance. After a moment of hesitation, he walks toward her. This scene is slow, emotional, and filled with tension. In the rain, Arthur finally confronts Nina. He asks, "Why are you avoiding me?" Nina tries to walk away, but he stops her. He insists on knowing the truth. At the moment, Nina's emotions start to break through her control exterior. She becomes prostrated and finally says, "Because I don't want to break the rule." This is the crucial moment because it is the first time she openly connects her action to the girl's rule. Arthur, confused by her answer, responds, "It is really about the rule. Are you feeling?" This question hit deeply. Nina cannot answer. Her silence becomes the answer itself. Arthur realized that Nina is not rejecting him because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. He tells her, "You are not afraid of the rule, you are afraid of what you feel." This line becomes one of the most powerful moments in this episode. It shows that Arthur understands Nina better than she understands herself. Nina's eyes pale with tears, but she still refuses to fully accept her feeling. She is scared of losing control, scared of breaking the rules, scared of getting hurt. Instead of admitting the truth, she chooses the safer option, denial. Just when it feels like Nina might finally confess her feelings, she takes a step back. She says, "Let's just stop, pretend nothing happened." This line is heartbreaking because it shows her decision to ignore her emotions instead of facing them. Nina walks away, leaving Arthur alone in the rain. The camera focuses on Arthur's expression, hurt, confused, and disappointed. The rain continues to fall, emphasizing the emotional weight of the moment. Episode 5 strongly focuses on the conflict between logic and emotion, fear of vulnerability, the difficulty of expecting love. The consequence of evidence. Overall, episode 5 is not about big event or dramatic twist. It's about emotion, silence, and internal battle. Nana represents someone who wants control and fear of emotional risk, while Arthur represents honesty and emotional courage. Their relationship is a critical point. They both feel something real, but they are moving further apart. The episode ends with one important question: can you really protect yourself by ignoring your feeling, or does it only make things worse? If you enjoy emotional dramas review like this, subscribe for more interesting review. My YouTube channel, Rocks Entertainment. Thanks you for watching. Bye for now. Take care.